In a bold move that sent shockwaves through the tech industry, President Donald Trump's recent social media post has led to a significant drop in Intel's stock value. The president's demand for the resignation of Intel's CEO has not only stirred controversy, but also raised questions about the future of the company and its ties to China. On Thursday, shares of Intel plummeted as President Trump took to Truth Social to express his strong opinion on the matter. The CEO of Intel is highly conflicted and must resign immediately, Trump posted, leaving no room for ambiguity. There is no other solution to this problem. Thank you for your attention to this problem. The president's post came in response to a letter from Senator Tom Cotton to Intel Chairman Frank Yeary, expressing concerns over CEO Lip Bu-Tan's investments and connections to semiconductor firms reportedly linked to the Chinese Communist Party and the People's Liberation Army. Cotton inquired whether Tan had divested his interests in these companies to avoid any conflicts of interest. But here's where it gets controversial. Cotton specifically mentioned Tan's recent leadership at Cadence Design Systems, a tech company that admitted in July to violating U.S. export controls by selling products to China's National University of Defense Technology. In his letter, Cotton wrote, "In March 2025, Intel appointed Lip Bu-Tan as its new CEO. Mr. Tan reportedly controls dozens of Chinese companies and has a stake in hundreds of Chinese advanced manufacturing and chip firms. At least 8 of these companies reportedly have ties to the Chinese People's Liberation Army. And this is the part most people miss." Cotton emphasized that U.S. companies receiving government grants should be responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars and adhere to strict security regulations. Intel, a beneficiary of the Biden administration's CHIPS Act, has received over $8 billion in federal funding for building computer chip plants across the country. The demands from Trump and Cotton come amid growing economic and political tensions between the U.S. and China, particularly in the competition over chips, AI, and other digital technologies. These technologies are expected to shape future economies and military conflicts. Cotton, the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, has raised concerns about potential Chinese spies working at tech companies and defense contractors, using their positions to steal secrets or plant digital backdoors. In a letter to the Department of Defense, he urged Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to ban all non-U.S. citizens from jobs that grant access to DoD networks. Cotton has also called for an investigation into Chinese citizens working for defense contractors. The U.S. government recognizes China's cyber capabilities as one of the most aggressive and dangerous threats to national security, as evidenced by the infiltration of critical infrastructure, telecommunications networks, and supply chains. National security officials have linked China's government to hacking campaigns targeting prominent Americans and critical U.S. systems. Intel's stock took a hit, with shares of the California-based company sliding 3.5% while the tech-heavy Nasdaq gained ground. Founded in 1968 at the dawn of the PC revolution, Intel missed the shift to mobile computing triggered by Apple's 2007 release of the iPhone. The company has struggled to keep up with more agile chip makers, and its troubles have been exacerbated by the rise of artificial intelligence, where once smaller rival NVIDIA has become a dominant player. As Tan, who took over as CEO in March, attempts to revive Intel's fortunes, the company is shedding thousands of workers and cutting expenses, including some domestic semiconductor manufacturing capabilities. The future of Intel hangs in the balance, with the controversy surrounding its CEO's ties to China and the broader geopolitical tensions between the U.S. and China. We're not going anywhere. Stand up for truly independent, trusted news that you can count on.